I happen to believe that property managers have fared better during COVID than any other professionals
Hmm.
because we were already designed. It's part of our genius zone to solve problems.
Yeah.
And I would love for, the real estate industry to be compared. Certainly, it's probably right in line with healthcare workers. But your point, Kelly, about we've been dealing, and interfacing with our residents 365, 24/7, 365. Um, but we were already in the housing business,
Right.
you know,
And putting out fires, and yes, we can do hard things, and it just kind of just it almost just came costumed in a different costume. It was, although it was, I don't want to minimize it for anybody. It's been very, very difficult for many, many people. And to have a job on top of it where you're having to put out fires and hold hands and, coach and counsel your clients and your residents and everyone else that you're around, plus deal with your personal life during a pandemic can be, I mean, we're pretty amazing people if we're doing all that.
well, we are more resilient than we know, but Kelly, I want to applaud you for being the leader you are. Um, because you don't wake up one day and bring all these solutions out of your hat if you didn't already have them. And I know we're winding up our time, and I did want to share though that to be an effective leader, you have to be effective with yourself. And you have to take care of yourself. And Stephen Covey writes about that and the goose and the golden eggs. You can't keep giving golden eggs if you don't take care of the goose.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's really what we've been talking about today is strategies for coping with loneliness, isolation, even despair. And I just wanted to quickly share those 7 attitudes of mindfulness because Kelly and I won't be in your ear one day, and you can go back and you can replay this video. That the 7 attitudes of mindfulness really evolved out of John Kabat-Zinn's work in full catastrophe living and how to cope. And one of the attitudes of mindfulness is non-judging, being critical of ourselves. We're most critical of ourselves, but giving up judgment, that first attitude of non-judging. The second attitude is patience, and it's just what you said, Kelly. With patience comes wisdom. It doesn't all have to get done today. And we know that at the end of the day, what's important gets done. So having patience with ourselves and others. The third attitude is to have a beginner's mind, to try to live in day tight compartments, to try to, I call it shaking our etch a sketch. We need to start with a clean screen every day, that beginner's mind. And the fourth attitude of mindfulness is trust, trusting our instincts. I don't know about you, but if you've ever put in an address in your GPS and it told you to go a certain way and you knew in your heart of hearts that that wasn't the
Yeah.
right way,
Yeah.
did you listen to that GPS? Probably not. You probably went the way you've always gone. And then you realize, oh my God, there was a traffic delay or something. But the fourth attitude of mindfulness is trust. The fifth attitude is non striving. We all can get into comparing ourselves to others, and it can be a daunting task when you start keeping score. So that attitude of non-striving, I always say, whose outcome are you really striving for? Whose outcome really matters? Whose opinion really matters? The sixth attitude is acceptance. It is what it is. We are going to work through it. As you said, Kelly, it's just work. We'll find a way. But accepting that we are where we are, and we can find joy in the small things. And then the last attitude of mindfulness is letting go. And I always try to encourage people to consider what is the work for them and what is the work for somebody else.
Mm,
That, when we are overwhelmed, the best thing to do is simplify, you know, cut everything down to the bare basics. What has to get done? The kids have to get fed. They do have to do their lessons to get credit for their classes. And, at the core of all of those attitudes of mindfulness is really relationships.
yeah.
So I just wanted to blend that in.
Debbie, those are really powerful, really powerful. I wrote them all down.
Well, we
So
can all,
it's great.
that's what I do is I love to share, the things like that. But it's been a great discussion, and I
It
know
has
that
been.
I look forward to other things. And what does the 2021, how is Kelly going to take better care of herself and her team in 2021?
I am going to, being the president of NARPM comes with a lot of responsibility. So I'm probably going to shift that a little bit more to my business, and make sure that, as the owner of the business, that it's operating on all cylinders, making sure the people are taken care of. Probably take a few more. We have a place out in Montana that we like to go to. So we can shelter in place there. So that's kind of nice. It's right on the river and it's just beautiful. So probably do that. And, like you said, the thing that resonates really the most with me is taking care of others. It really brings a lot to me personally. So trying to look for that silver lining as we go forward. How about you, Debbie?
Well, I think, I love teaching online, and the greatest days of my life are loving on our next generation leaders.
Yeah,
So I think I'm going to try to do some kind of like breakfast of champions or something once a month, and no strings attached. I want to just make it available to some of these young leaders, because you know nobody succeeds alone.
they do not in a vacuum. No, you're right. There's
And
not
so
exactly.
I think it's a great honor and a responsibility at the same time to bring some others behind. So I'm looking forward to a breakfast of champions or something. So Kelly, it's been a
That's
great
great.
day. I hope we accomplished our goals for our
I
viewers
hope so.
today. Maybe they got one or two nuggets, but it's not what we talked about. It's what you go put into practice every day. So
That's right. Debbie, well, thank you for your time and the opportunity to be here has just been great.